Hey, this is Brandon Scott. We're here with Jacob Paulson. We're going to do some geocaching. So, Jacob, what the heck is
Dude,
geocaching?
geocaching is sort of a big-time hobby right now in the U.S. The most popular website is geocaching.com, and the concept is that there's people out there that take small containers, hide random crap in them, and then hide them, whether it be in the forests, in the mountains, or in urban areas, on the streets. The hobby then is you use a GPS unit and go find those containers, and they usually have a log. You can sign your name and you can put crap in them or take crap out. And it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you, you feel like Indiana Jones. It's really cool.
So, what are you using for your GPS?
I used to use a standard GPS device like a Garmin or something like that, but now I'm using the Android G1 phone, baby.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different apps now available in the Android market for geocaching. One of them is called GeoDroid or something like that, but it's like $15, and so I'm not paying $15. But there is one on here called GeoBeagle, GeoBeagle, and GeoBeagle's done a really good job of integrating with the geocaching website. You can download information for geocaches for these containers and then go find them with the GPS device in the phone. So it's pretty sick. And just kind of give you an idea, there's a lot of ways to do it. You can, right here from the GeoBeagle app, I can log in to geocaching.com. I can search, I can look by map or just by list. It gives me a list of the geocaches closest to my current GPS location. I can download the files and then go search for them. So we're here at this park here in Provo, Utah. Provo, Utah, not all of it looks like this, but we're kind of out in the boonies. And there's a geocache here called Play Ball. And so I'm just going to pull that up real quick. And so I pull it up. It has the GPS coordinates here on the phone. It's probably going to be kind of hard to see. But then there's the GeoBeagle program interacts with another program you download the app in the Android market called Radar. So I hit Radar, and it pops up and tells me where to go to find this thing. So as you know, the Android has a magnetic compass. So I'm 365 yards away from this thing, and it's this way. So let's roll, dude. Let's go find this thing. This is a cool hobby. Using this phone so far, I've found about 4 geocaches in the last week, and it's crazy. We're closing in. We're about 357 yards, 350 yards. So it's probably down here, I'm guessing, by these baseball fields, because the name of this particular geocache is called Play Ball. And now, just to warn you, in case we don't find this, Brandon, I'm not 100%. I've found 16 or 17 geocaches so far in my career here. And I've not found 3 or 4. But if you don't find one, I go back until I find it. And so it's kind of exciting. This park is called Footprinter Park. So if anyone watching this video is from Provo, sorry that we spoiled this one for you. Assuming we find it, right? Here we go. It says we're still 300 yards out. Okay, we just spared you some of the walk time here. I'm now 10 yards away. And something really cool I know about the G1. I used to use a lot of other GPS devices, Brandon, but what I found is that not only is this just as accurate, but I've also found that it locks down a lot faster. 30 seconds tops, I'm accurate within 4 meters, and other GPS devices take a lot longer. So it says we're pretty close here, 7 yards, 6 yards. I'm guessing it's over here by this fence somewhere. We didn't stage this, we really haven't found it yet. So, you never know what you're looking for with geocaching. It could be a box, it could be a small little container, it could really be anything. And sometimes they use magnets. It now says I'm within 2 yards, so I'm going to go and put this away, and now it's just a matter of looking. It's somewhere around here. It could be under a rock, it could be plain view. Most of the time, they're usually pretty small, especially in an urban area like this. It's not going to be a really big box that people would find. So you just never really know what it's going to be until you find it. But within 2 yards, it's got to be either pretty close. Let's check this little wall in here. In fact, look at this. Here it is. We found it. So it says Play Ball geocache. It was replaced on July 19th, 2008. And here's a log of all the people that have found it. So people sign it and say, this is someone who was here in November of 2008. Here's the most recent one, April 12th. Today's April 23rd. So this has been found pretty recently. So we're going to go ahead and sign this, put it back exactly how we found it, and that's geocaching.
There's also a little plastic bag in there. What's that?
Oh, I didn't even see that. So this must be where people are leaving things. Oh, it's a pen. So I'll have something that I can use to sign this. You know, the cool thing about this too is that I can go right back to my G1, back to that GeoBeagle, and there's a link for me to go right to the web page that has that geocache. And after you find one of these, you always go back to geocaching.com and you log your visit and say, hey, I found it, it's in good shape, it's intact, the coordinates were right, you know what I mean, things like that. And just so that the next person who goes can always find it. So I'm just I always sign 42309, and my username on geocaching.com is Knight, Knight 007. So I always just sign with my name, and let's see here, the pen goes in here, and that's geocaching in a nutshell. And there's something just gratifying about finding a hidden something, even if it's just junk and a piece of paper. There's something gratifying about finding something that's hidden in just this middle of nowhere place where people are at every day and just fail to see it.
It's like all the fun of Indiana Jones without the aliens and Nazis.
Pretty much. And just like that, you can see that it's usually something that's plain sight where you can see it, but it just feels good. It just feels cool. I'm all about it.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Have a
Brandon.
handshake over it.
See you later, man.